Last week, we gave the folks at home the top 5 storylines of fall camp. This week on Aggie Sports Overtime, we've got the top 5 Texas A&M games of 2015.
That's right. There's a lot of great matchups on the Aggies' 12-game schedule, and we had to leave a couple of good ones out. Honorable mention for our list is the season opener, September 5th versus Arizona State in Houston. We'll get to see what A&M is made of right off the bat. Then the next week, it's the grand reopening of Kyle Field against Ball State on September 12th.
Now, without further ado, though, let's begin our countdown with the Southwest Classic on September 26th against Arkansas. It's the SEC opener for both teams. The Aggies and Razorbacks are those two teams, and it will be a marquee showdown. Even though we're watching Ole Miss, trust me, we're talking about Arkansas. Everyone remembers that A&M fought back to win a thriller over the Hogs back in 2014. Hey, there's the Southwest Classic video. A victory this season for Texas A&M would be the Aggies' 4th in a row over their old Southwest Conference rivals.
Number 4 on our countdown, and it is Texas A&M's October 24th visit to Ole Miss. It's the Aggies' first true road game of the season. They get to play their first 6 ball games in the great state of Texas. A&M will be looking for revenge against the Rebels team that came into Kyle Field a season ago and won big. This one will also have some SEC West implications. Ole Miss has a stingy defense, and if they figure out their quarterback situation, this could be a tough game for A&M. If they plan on challenging for the SEC West title, they have to go into Vaught Hemingway Stadium and get a victory.
Well, that brings us to number 3, and it's the first Aggie home game on our list. Close your ears. November 7th versus Auburn. That's when Texas A&M went to Jordan-Hare Stadium a season ago and stunned then third-ranked Auburn 41-38. The Tigers are ranked 7th in the preseason coaches poll, and the Tigers have been picked to win the SEC by the media. This year, this game will be played at Kyle Field, and Texas A&M must take care of its home field to stay in the hunt for the conference crown. You can be sure that the Tigers will want some revenge against the Ags after last year's shocking turn of events.
Number 2 will likely be Texas A&M's biggest road game of 2015, the November 28th trek to Baton Rouge to face LSU. This season's game already has some added intrigue. It's new Aggies defensive coordinator and former LSU DC John Chavis' first trip back to Tiger Stadium. Expect tensions to be high that night between Chavis and his former team on the field. If the Aggies are still competing for the SEC West title at that point, a spot in the conference championship game could be on the line. The Aggies haven't beaten the Tigers since coming to the SEC. They'll be looking to snap that losing streak, plus pick up a huge road victory in their regular season finale.
Finally, number 1 on our countdown of Texas A&M's top 5 games of 2015. You knew it was going to be Alabama, didn't you? The Crimson Tide are still the biggest and the baddest in the SEC, and a win over Bama on October 17th could be Texas A&M's 2015 jumping off point. A victory that day would show that the preseason predictions for the Aggies were a little off base and might kickstart a run toward the SEC West crown. The Ags surely still have the horrid taste of last season's 58-0 beatdown at the hands of the Tide in its mouth, and Texas A&M will want to pick up a big win at home to help forget that performance from last year. That is our top 5 for this week.